exhibition brings together the works of Alfred Duggan-Cronin, a photographer who was working throughout Southern Africa in the early part of the 20th century, as well as Edward Curtis, who is renowned for his work on Native Americans during the same time period. We had Professor Michael Godby, who has researched Duggan-Cronin quite extensively, and he was saying, as to his knowledge, he can't recall them being aware of each other, which is quite strange when you see the works, that they are at once both similar but obviously different. So I don't think they knew about each other in the early 20th century. We have selected images from both these collections, the Duggan-Cronin Southern African ones, as well as the Curtis Native American images. And together we have formed a new show, drawing attention and highlighting the struggles of representation of peoples both in Southern Africa and in the US. There are definite parallels and similar stories that emerge in this space when combining these two works.
Well, they were also, their intentions were quite similar in that they were both photographing at a time when it was perceived that the indigenous races were, their culture was being altered by modernity. Curtis has said that he was photographing a vanishing race, and so they were both motivated by this act to record the indigenous peoples before they became modernized and they lost their culture. Which, looking at them today, in retrospect, we can understand that there are certain problems with regards to this intention, that the images have a sense of nostalgia, and they were often both Curtis and Duggan-Cronin actively constructed these images on occasion, and so there's certain untruths and certain fictions that are embedded in these images.
We've always said that this relationship or this exhibition is as much about the viewer as it is of the viewed. We want to bring the sense of discomfort into the viewer, and for them to leave this space, or even actually while they're looking at these pictures, asking, why have they done this? Where am I placed within this relationship? What is my agency? And it's very difficult to avoid these kind of questions when you walk around this room, because as Dale has said, these eyes follow you. The eyes in all these portraits actually follow you and reverberate around the room through the mirrors. So that the viewer it was always our intention to bring the viewer into the space, which we did through the use of mirrors and strategically chosen and placed text, referencing theorists such as Susan Sontag and Roland Barthes, who raise these issues of photography. We've probably a bold step, as some would say, was our call to exhibit quite a few of the images reversed. We believe that there are some images that we should not see. That I always believe that you cannot unsee something, and that basic human rights of dignity and privacy should be afforded to the dead as well as to the living.
I think it's also bringing them together is also about recognizing how history is created, and to show that there are parallel histories and parallel narratives that exist between cultures.
And that human experiences, even though separated by oceans, are often share the same triumphs and struggles, and I think that's important in the context that we in 2009, that we can draw on those same human experiences across continents. I think that for us as Africans is an important connection to make. At the time, it is actually not surprising that these bodies of work emerge, given, as I was saying, what was happening in the world regarding photographing these so-called disappearing cultures.